from a woman. She said, "I'm calling you from President Shimon Peres's office. Linda, he wants to speak to you." And I thought somebody's playing a funny joke, and I ignored it because that's ridiculous. First of all, who would call me Linda from an official office, and who would have my personal cell phone number on a Sunday to call me? So I ignored the call. I did play it for my communications director, and we agreed that it was a crank call. And a couple of weeks later, we were hosting the robotics competition, the regional competition here. And as my house guest, I had Dean Kamen. Dean is the inventor of the Segway scooter and the home dialysis machine and a lot of other great inventions. And he had flown in because he is the founder of this robotics competition, and he was going to be staying with me. So I go to pick him up, and when I pick him up, he says to me, "So did you speak with President Peres?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And I'm wondering, my mind is racing. How did he know I got this call? I never said it to anyone else except one person. And he said, "I was with the president 2 weeks ago. I gave him your number. I told him to call you because of what you're doing in Hawaii with technology, what Israel is trying to do with education and technology." So eventually I did hook up, and it was true. It was the president of Israel calling me. And I'm so proud because he was calling to invite me to represent the people of Hawaii at a conference in Israel next week called Facing the Future. And even though this is halfway around the world for me to travel, I thought it was important that we be represented at that conference. It's an invitation-only conference. President Bush will be there. Former Prime Minister of Great Britain, Tony Blair, will be there. Former head of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, will be there. Henry Kissinger will be there. And while I'm out of my league among these people, they invited me, so I'm going anyway. And I hope to carry the spirit of aloha with me to this conference. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to speak on a panel there with some others. And among the messages I'm going to leave them with is that everyone must insist, Jew and non-Jew alike, must insist that any discussion of Israel going forward, any discussion of the Middle East going forward, must begin and end with everyone agreeing that Israel has a right to exist. Israel's first Prime Minister, David Ben-Gurion, said, "In Israel, in order to be a realist, you must believe in miracles." Well, we do believe in miracles because the history of our people is one of miracles. Our survival is a testament to miracles. But we were not brought to this point in civilization's history simply to survive. These miracles brought us to this point because we are supposed to make the world a better place for Jews and for non-Jews. And we need to continue to commit ourselves, as all of you have, to doing everything in your own power, not just to survive, not just to be a testament that we made it this far, but a testament to our foundation as a people, and that is to make the world a better place. We'll try our best every day. Thank you for inviting me here. Aloha.
There's no country in this world that's based on a one religion concept except Israel. And it's just not a part of this global society we live in. You don't have a country based on one religion. Just that alone speaks volumes about their racism and their inability to melt among their neighbors there. And it's just all wrong. Should not happen. And I pray every day for the children of Gaza, for the people who aren't getting their medicines because they're blockaded. I'm horrified when trucks of goods and services are blocked for days and days and are let to rot on the border. And there's no reason for that. And yet we stand by and allow it. The whole thing is just a nightmare. And we, world citizens, need to wake up and put an end to it.
The question I have is, why is it that the American people seem to not understand the real issues in the Middle East?
And it's an interesting point, because I think in general, our hearts are big, and we do care about each other in this country deeply. We are a nation of givers. We've always been that way. However, we as a nation are not getting the truth. The truth is slanted. The news does not report the way things are. The news does not report all the children that are lost their lives. I recommend to everyone to forget watching the media. Go on YouTube and watch Al Jazeera News. Go on YouTube and watch all the other news from around the world and get the real story. We are blindsided by distorted news. And so, to answer your question, I do really feel that if Americans got the truth story, which we're trying to put out here, the truth, that there would be a bigger cause. We're having a walk on October the 10th, a freedom walk for Palestine, a walk in peace for our brothers. And I implore everyone who cares about humanity to come and join us for that walk. Speak out. Tell your friends, your neighbors, that we, as a nation, do care for the people of Palestine. Thank you.